Hello, Majidenglish8 here. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope your advanced English grammar is improving through watching this playlist. So far, here in this playlist, which covers communicate what you mean, which is advanced grammar in English and useful for IELTS and TOEFL test takers and any other standardized test. So far, we have covered 12 parts of the book, and this is video clip 13. So on my YouTube, if I want to show you, you go here and under playlist, advanced English grammar. This is the list of the videos up so far. The first three videos are coordinating conjunctions and parallel structure. Very useful and essential, and especially for today's video. You gotta watch them first and then come and watch this if you want to fully understand that. And from video 4 on, we have correlative conjunctions, either or, neither nor, not only but also both and also talking about some exercises on them. Video 9, conjunctive adverbs of different types, also 10, 11, and 12 on punctuation of them. And today here I am with you with the 13th video on subordination, which is the process of connecting one independent and one dependent clause together. Okay, so there was a jump from page 77 of the book to page 100, and that part was not that useful for IELTS and TOEFL language takers, so I decided to skip over that. Subordination, today I will cover pages 100, 101, 2, 3, and 104. But because of the poor quality of the book here, I have had it typed beforehand. So let's go here, pages 100 to 104 on subordination. And as you know, subordination means linking one dependent and one independent clause together, and it could be in any order. I mean, this one first or that one first. So prerequisite to understanding this video fully is videos 1, 2, and 3. I hope that you have watched them beforehand. If you haven't, I suggest you go and watch them first. What are the concepts I expect you to already know? Phrase and clause. What is a phrase? Previously I have talked about it. Again, I recap. Two or more words that come together, but they do not form a clause. So what is a clause? A clause is a combination of a subject and a verb. A subject and a verb. And it could be of two types, independent clause or dependent clause. Independent clause like they came, subject, verb. They came back from the trip, independent clause. But what about a dependent clause? When they came. Dependent clause of time, adverb clause. So it needs something else to be added. Or as they came, or where they came, if they came, or any other thing which we will cover. So by this time, I hope you know what a clause is. A subject and a verb are essential. Independent clauses we got, dependent clauses we got. And a phrase is two or more words, but they do not form a clause. For example, studying music. It's a phrase because it does not have a verb. It is a subject. In the gym, prepositional phrase. Short boy, adjective phrase. So that is a phrase, that is a clause. Examples of phrases: studying music in Vienna, studying music in Vienna under famous professors. So far it is a phrase. And in this one, studying music in Vienna under famous professors is a rewarding experience. So what is the subject here? This part is the subject. What is the verb? So this is a clause, an independent clause. Now, here, cafe is one word. At that cafe is a combination of two or more words, which is not a clause, so we call it a phrase. She works at that cafe, independent clause. and because she works at that cafe. Dependent clause. Okay, so here in one frame you can fully understand what a phrase, what an independent clause, and what a dependent clause each is. Examples of phrases, because they could be kind of tough for language learners. The ancient crumbling castle. Phrase. Laughing joyfully at the hilarious joke. Phrase. A serene and picturesque mountain landscape. Phrase. Rushing to catch the crowded morning bus. Okay. A heartful letter expressing sincere gratitude. So, here a heartful letter, subject. Expressing is not a verb because it does not have tense. It is a reduced adjective clause, which we will later talk about. Expressing sincere gratitude, so it's not a clause. Wandering through the vibrant, bustling market. Phrase. The challenging but rewarding task of learning a new language. Phrase. For example, is interesting or whatever. And the breathtaking beauty of a fiery sunset over the horizon, and celebrating a significant milestone with close friends and family. So all of these were phrases. And now some other examples of dependent clauses. While they were traveling, dependent clause. If we say they were traveling, independent, but while they were traveling, dependent clause. If she comes on time, dependent clause. Although it's a bit pricey, dependent clause. Where our teacher comes from, dependent clause. As oil prices are soaring, dependent. Since parents are concerned about this issue, again dependent. And as soon as the manager stepped in, dependent. All of them need an independent clause to be added. And if we add an independent clause to them, we will have a subordinated clause, which is our talk today. Okay? Now, what are different types of adverb clauses? Adverb clauses are of these different categories: time, place, reason, purpose, manner, contrast, condition, and result. And throughout the following 5 or 6 videos, I will cover all of these in details. Today, I just talk about time and place. Adverb clauses of time have these markers: after, as long as soon as, before, since, until, when, whenever, and while. And adverb clauses of place: where, wherever. If you want this list, they are on page 101 of Communicate What You Mean. Reason: because and since. Purpose: so that, in order that. Manner: as if, as though. Contrast: although, though, even though. While, and in spite of the fact that. Condition: as long as, if, in case, provided that. Unless, whether or not. Result: so something that. This something can be an adjective, adverb, or a noun. Such: the same thing that. Now, subordinating conjunctions of time, our focus for today. So some examples here, they could be useful for you. After it had stopped snowing, I went outside. I went outside, independent clause. After it had stopped snowing, dependent clause. Dependent clause of time. As I was walking to the store, dependent, it began to snow again, independent. And the two together have formed a subordinated clause. Dependent and independent together. I will never like the snow as long as I live. As long as I live, dependent. This one, independent. So what is the difference between this one and this one? Because this one has started with the dependent clause, it needs a comma. This one has started with an independent clause. It doesn't need a comma in between. Okay? As soon as I returned home, dependent, I made some hot tea. Independent. My roommate had decided to go skiing before I returned. So because it has started with the independent clause, no comma is needed. I had never seen snow until my family moved from Florida to Boston. When I was a child, I thought snow was only in Alaska. So, comma again. In Boston, my father tried to get me outside whenever it snowed. No comma. While he was putting on his boots, I was hiding in my room. Okay? So you kind of got the story of independent and dependent clauses together. Now, what is when? When talks about a point of time or a period of time, both of them. Point of time, when I met my roommate, I liked her immediately. So it means the moment, as soon as. When we were roommates, we had a great time doing all sorts of crazy things. Here, because it's talking about a duration, while is also accepted. While talks only about the duration. When talks about duration and point of time. Just for the sake of emphasis. He arrived just as we. So just here for the emphasis. Just as we were getting ready to leave. Exactly the time we were getting ready to leave. He arrived just when we were getting ready to leave. As and when, the same here. While, talking about a period of time. While we were waiting inside, our friend was waiting outside. Here you can also say when we were. So we have while, we can substitute it for a when, but not the other way around. What about whenever, anytime? Whenever I think of the time we were roommates, the memories are always good. Not difficult. Until. It means from a point in the past to some specific time in present. Or even in the past. My roommate and I continued to live together until she got married. So from some time in the past till that point, to that point. So these were some sentences about adverb clause markers of time. Now on page 103 exercise 1, we have sentences about John F. Kennedy, 10 sentences, and A to J. So we gotta connect these to make meaningful sentences. I have previously done that for you, but there are some points here we need to talk about. It says John F. Kennedy became president of the United States, C, when he was 43 years old. Okay. He had been a naval officer. Navy, naval. He had been a naval officer, G, before he was elected president. So passive voice, you see, before he was elected, to be, PP. Before he was elected president, he had been a naval officer working in Navy. As soon as he became president, means the moment he became president. Two answers are possible for this one. F, he pledged to help people everywhere. He promised to help people everywhere. Or he created the Peace Corps. He created the Peace Corps. Both of these answers are possible for number 3. What is Peace Corps? Firstly, it is not corpse. It is corps. See? If we go to our Longman. This one is pronounced core.
Core. Core.
Core.
Core.
Yeah? And again, the plural is the same. So what is core? It is a group with some special duties. For example, medical corps. Peace Corps, the group for maintaining peace.
The medical corps.
But if you got one E at the end of the word, then it is pronounced corpse.
Corpse.
And that means a dead body. So corpse. He created the Peace Corps. Okay. And number 4, while he was in office, again F and H both are possible. H, he created the Peace Corps, or he pledged to help people everywhere. Now, office, what is the meaning of office? The place where the American president works is called the Oval Office. That is called the Oval Office, or the office. So while he was, and you see this oval, while he was in office means while he was the president. Number 5, the American people listened carefully. What is that? Listen carefully, A, whenever he spoke. Listen carefully whenever he spoke. 4 American presidents have been assassinated. 4 American presidents have been assassinated. D, since this country began. Assassinate, killing someone famous, yeah? Assassinate.
Assassinate.
Assassinate, to murder an important person.
A plot to assassinate the president.
Assassinate the president. And these are the words under assassinate: kill, murder, commit, manslaughter, assassinate, slay, and all the other things that you can see. Number 7, until an assassin's bullet killed him. J, he was one of the most beloved American presidents. Beloved or beloved. I cried bitterly. E, as I was watching the news of his death. After he had died, I, Lyndon B. Johnson, became president. And 10, I will remember President Kennedy. B, as long as I live. Okay, so this was the exercise on adverb clauses of time about President Kennedy. Exercise 2, again page 103, complete the sentences. This is a very beautiful exercise. I like these exercises whereby you're supposed to generate your own ideas rather than matching just a bunch of sentences together. So my suggestions here, most politicians smile a lot when giving speeches or meeting the public to create a positive and approachable image. Okay, so we got a collocation here: give speech, meaning people create a positive and approachable image. A positive and approachable image. Beautiful. It's a beautiful phrase. I recommend you transfer it into your vocabulary notebook. Number 2, many people approved of Kennedy's decisions while he was in office, praising his leadership and positive policies. Praising his leadership and positive policies. Okay, if you cover this book with me, communicate what you mean, you will be able to generate sentences like these when we cover reduced adverb clauses and reduced adjective clauses. Okay, so be with me. Number 3, I vote in an election whenever I believe my voice can make a difference and contribute to positive change in my community. Very beautiful. My voice can make a difference whenever I feel that my voice can make a difference. Beautiful. And contribute to, help. Number 4, my brother wants to enter politics as soon as he completes his law degree and gain some professional experience. So gain experience, collocation. Gain professional experience, collocation. Okay. Number 5, I thought that all politicians were dishonest before I started researching and understanding the complexities of politics and governance. A large investigation into Kennedy's death was carried out after the tragic event, aiming to uncover the truth behind the assassination. So, uncover the truth behind something. Uncover the truth behind something. Beautiful. Number 7, my brother. My brother has wanted to be in politics since he was inspired by a local leader during his high school years. So, since here is because. Number 8, I really didn't have much respect for politicians, have respect for someone, until I met a dedicated and honest representative who changed my perception. Okay, so I didn't have much respect. Have respect for someone. Have respect for someone. Beautiful. Number 9, I learned about Kennedy's death as a historical event in my high school history class, which sparked my interest in political history. Sparked my interest in something, which ignited my enthusiasm or initiated or started. Political history, and you know that it is political with the stress on the second syllable, but politics. Politics, first syllable, political, the second syllable. Number 10, Kennedy. Kennedy was a member of Congress before he became the President of the United States, showcasing his experience in national politics. Showcase, reveal, show, demonstrate. 11, whenever he made a speech, make a speech. People listen attentively, captivated by his eloquence and charisma. Captivated by his eloquence and charisma. What is eloquence? What is charisma? Eloquence. Stress on the first syllable.
Eloquent.
Eloquent.
Eloquent. Eloquent. Adjective. And eloquence is the noun. Able to express your ideas and opinions well. So you can express your ideas well. You are a good speaker. You can speak or you can deliver beautiful speeches. That is eloquence. And charisma. Charisma, the natural ability to attract people. Stress on the second syllable.
Charisma.
He lacks charisma.
He lacks charisma. So usually leaders, charismatic leaders, have got a lot of followers listening to them and willing to do whatever the leader or the big brother wants them to. Charisma, charismatic figure. So anyway, number 12, while I was watching the news about his assassination on television, a profound sense of sadness and disbelief overwhelmed me, as the world lost a remarkable leader. A remarkable leader. Beautiful, beautiful collocation. A remarkable leader. And a profound sense of sadness. So, a profound sense of something in you. So these were our sentences about John F. Kennedy and the sentences that we completed on adverb clauses of time. Now, subordinating conjunctions of place, which are not very difficult. What are they? Where and wherever, which means any place that. Because they are not very difficult, I'm just going for the exercise. Exercise 3.104, completed sentences. It says, put the packages blank where you want, or it could be wherever you want. Put the packages where you want, put the packages wherever you want. Did you find the packages where I put them? Where I put them? I don't know where he went. I'll go wherever you want. It does matter to me. You see, independent clause 1 finished, independent clause 2 started. If there is nothing in between to connect them, we can put a period, or we can have a semicolon and a small I. So I have talked about it on the punctuation video, I guess video 12 in the playlist. Video 11 and 12, both of them. Number 5, my parents are staying where we stayed or wherever we stayed. If we say where we stayed, it means they stayed just in one place in San Francisco. Wherever we stayed, so they stayed in different places in San Francisco. Both the answers are correct. And number 6, every village was noisy. Wherever we stayed, we couldn't get away from the noise. Okay, and finished. Our talk today finished. Next session and our next video will be about, again, subordination, but subordinating conjunctions of reason and purpose. Page 104, 105, and 106 of Communicate What You Mean. Okay, as a video review, let's see what we talked about today. Today we talked about subordination, which is connecting one dependent and one independent clause together to have a subordinated clause. And I told you that these videos are essential. First, watch them. And here, phrase, what a phrase is, what a clause is. Independent clauses, dependent clauses, we talked about both of them. Here are some examples of both of them. And this frame is very beautiful. I recommend you pause the video here and have a screenshot of this part. Examples of phrases, examples of dependent clauses, different types of adverb clauses that we talked about. But today we just covered adverb clauses of time, adverb clauses of place. Next session we will go to reason. And here we had some exercises on late President John F. Kennedy, and this one with the sentences that we filled. Give speech is a beautiful collocation. A positive and approachable image is beautiful. My voice can make a difference. Make a difference, it's beautiful. Gain experience, gain professional experience. That one was beautiful. Uncover the truth behind something. This one is beautiful. Have respect for someone. This one is beautiful. Spark my interest in something. Started or ignited my interest in something or enthusiasm in something. A profound sense of whatever. A remarkable leader. A beautiful, instead of saying a good leader, a remarkable leader. And where and wherever that we covered and were not very difficult. So my final comment for you, my friends, if you find these videos interesting, please share them with your friends and invite them to come and join my YouTube channel. And in case you haven't subscribed yet, please kindly do so. Thank you very much. I hope you have a brilliant day ahead of yourself. Take very good care and bye.